Okay, number 13. Now the good news about number 13 is that this problem is going to be a bonus question on the quiz. So if you're feeling good about everything except this problem, you're going to be just fine on the quiz. Okay, they're giving you this equation. And in this equation, h is the height in feet of the baseball, and x is the horizontal distance in feet of the ball from home plate. So they're going to hit the ball at home plate and it's going to travel out. H is like that ending height. So after, you know, when the ball is like 400 feet from home plate, what is the height of the ball? So then it says that the ball hits the top of the outfield fence that is 10 feet high. So we know that at that moment, the ball is 10 feet high. This is like your ending, I want to change it to purple actually, thank you. This is your ending height, and that would be this number. So you're putting 10 in place of h. But in order to use the quadratic formula, and I will make sure on this question on the quiz to have the quadratic formula there so you don't have to like flip back to find it, you need to have 0 on one side. So we then need to subtract 10 on both sides. So we're going to have 0 equals negative 0.003x squared plus 1.19x, and then 5.2, I suppose I could do it on this calculator. 5.2 minus 10 is negative 4.8. So A is negative 0.003. B is 1.19, and C is negative 4.8. So let's plug that into the quadratic formula. X equals the opposite of B plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4 times A times C, that looks a little confusing with all those negatives in there, divided by 2 times A. Okay, oop, too far. I need to plug the stuff that's underneath the radical into my calculator. So 1.19 squared minus 4 times negative 0.003 times negative 4.8. So we have x equals negative 1.19 plus or minus the square root of 1.3585 divided by negative 0.006. Okay, to get the actual answers, we have to do this in our calculator twice. And because the whole thing is divided by negative 0.006, you need to do the entire top part, then divide it. So in your calculator, you're going to do negative 1.19 plus the square root of 1.3585. I want you to hit enter, so your equal sign or your enter, then divide by negative 0.006. So here's what it looks like in my calculator, and you'd enter this the same in a scientific calculator or even in a calculator that you're using on your phone. Negative 1.19 plus the square root of 1.3585, hit enter or equals, leave that answer in there and immediately divide by negative 0.006. Our first answer is 4. We'll round that to 08. Now, does that look like any of our answers? No. That's saying that the ball is going to be 10 feet high when it's 4.08 feet away from home plate. Remember, this is a quadratic function. So this ball, when the batter, here's the batter, my awesome art, when the batter hits the ball's going to go in that kind of a shape. So right here, after 4.08 feet, the ball's going to be 10 feet high, and then it's going to go even higher, and then it's going to fall back and it'll hit that wall way over there when it's 10 feet high again. So let's do this again. Negative 1.19 minus the square root of 1.3585. Press enter, then divide by negative 0.006. So negative 1.19 minus square root of 1.3585, enter. Immediately divided by negative 0.006. My other answer is 392.6, which would round to about 393 feet, which is one of our answers. Okay, so these types of problems, what I want you to remember about these types of problems is that they are, there's two answers to them. Because of that plus minus symbol, there are two possible answers to this problem. So you have to do the entire problem with plus, the entire problem with minus, and then look at those two answers and think about which of those two answers is actually going to work in this problem. So would it make sense for the ball to be only 4 feet away from home plate when it hits the wall, or would it make sense for the ball to be 393 feet away when it hits that wall?